Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been a minute since I've done a video. Been kind of busy. And then this is going to be a little bit of stuff, recent pickups. No pack rips this time, but going to show you some of the stuff I've picked up recently. Some fun stuff. Went to Gross Card Con in Vegas. Got to meet a lot of you wonderful people out there, and really put faces with names. All these people I've talked with for so long on Facebook and YouTube and such. Got to meet quite a few of you. It was really awesome. If you haven't checked it out, the GPK boys did a little interview with me. Also, check out their other stuff. They did a bunch of interviews with artists and all kinds of folks at the con. So those were really cool. Unfortunately, when I got back from the con, I had the flu, and that kind of sidelined me for a little while, and haven't really been able to find time to do a video. But wanted to get in here and show you guys a little bit of the new pickups, stuff I got at the con, and other goodies too. So we're just gonna kind of go through, and I'll show you what I got. So here we go. This is kind of one of my holy grails, and I've posted a couple pictures of it on Facebook groups. But and this has got so much glare. Let's see if we can take it out and get you a cleaner view of this thing. If you guys watch a lot, you will have seen the double rainbow I did of this card of Retching Robert, and my brain isn't working. There's a Freddy version too that I'm just not thinking of right now. I never thought I would get a plate, let alone a magenta plate. For all you who collect plates, it's kind of known as the best one. But this is a Retching Robert. So this is kind of my holy grail for that rainbow. Need to figure out how to kajigger the frame to fit this in and still have it look real good. But this one is thanks to David Acevedo, top sketch artist. He had this one and put it up for sale, and a few other people kind of helped me out to pick this up. Thanks go out to all of them, and appreciate it a lot, and I was super happy to add this to my collection. So you know how I like Freddy stuff, so we'll be a little more Freddy goodness in here. Probably my favorite sketch artist. No offense to anyone else, I love all your work. I think you all do great work, but my personal fave is Lowell Isaac. The man just does something that nobody else does. I'm not gonna say he's the best, that's all a matter of taste, but man, his style really suits me. So I hit him up and asked if he could do a Freddy for me, but I wanted him to not just kind of mimic one of the previous Freddy arts. I wanted him to kind of come up with a whole new thing and go wild, and he did this for me, and I'm very, very happy. So this is kind of a play off the Nightmare on Elm Street original movie poster, and man, this dude does it right. So dynamic, so colorful, just everything you want in a sketch, and I love it. And it will go into the permanent Freddy collection. It will go into the display. I need to figure out how to redo my whole display to fit all the cool stuff I've picked up, but that's that. And then we're gonna move on to some GrossCon stuff, and let's see what we can kind of come up with on there. So this is from Chad Shears. He has such a cool style. He's very rat rod, 60s, 70s retro feel. This is a little sticker he gave out when you bought some stuff from him. But it says Welcome to Fabulous Gross Vegas. Really cool. And then being a Freddy guy, he had this sticker. So I knew I had to have that one for the collection. And then he did a card that was just for the con. Kind of a little mashup of different styles, different characters, but it had a Freddy in the middle, so I had to have it. He's got a little bit of his own demented stuff on the back, too. I didn't even notice these were limited. 250. Cool. And then I really like The Shining, and this just made me laugh, so I had to pick that up from him. Nothing on the back, but 87 Topps was one of my first cards I really started buying a lot of. I would go to the 7-Eleven and buy packs. So that with The Shining was a nice nostalgia thing. Now we're going to go on to some Smokin' Joe stuff. So back for Philly, a couple years back, when they were doing the 35th, they did a 35th the next year after. So both David Gross and Smokin' Joe did a card for this, and they match up and make a bigger picture. So Joe signed his for me, and now I just got to find one from, get an autograph from David on that to complete the master set. I do have a larger print he did, and both of them have signed that, so I have that. Forgot to bring those over, so you won't be seeing that. Also picked up a comic book that a lot of the GPK artists did, and of course that's not here either. More Smokin' Joe stuff. This is one, he was selling all these. This is a promo card for one of the older GPK cons. I kind of just picked up one of everything he had. Here's Play Dung, kind of like a Wacky Packages, but more adult version of them. He's got a bunch of that stuff that he's done little sets for. I wish I could have afforded to buy everything, but, you know, limited funds and all. Another one Joe did. Little Nasty Nick, Evil Eddie. I like it. Upside down. I had him sign all the promos he had. Thought it would commemorate the occasion. This one you're probably not going to see too much, but this one's all chromed out. Kind of a sapphire atomic refractor feel to it. This one I liked a lot. All of us grew up reading Mad Magazine, and this one's pretty cool. Got him barfing into the magazine, which is in turn barfing. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, now we go on to Mr. Mark Pingator. Awesome dude. Took so much time to talk and answer questions and, you know, listen to all my BS, but took it all in stride. It was so cool meeting him, and he's kind of a kindred spirit. He loves the horror and the pop culture from especially the 80s and stuff like that, so it was really cool talking with him. So this is a promo from the upcoming set he's going to release. Got him sign that one. This is from Series 8. Series 7 is just about to release, so this one's big time into the future. You're going to get to see a lot from him because I kind of bought tons of stuff from him. Here's another promo he did for GrossCon. Electric Eddie. Loves Stranger Things. So thought this was a good card to pick up. I'm a big Castlevania fan, so I got all these guys. Had them sign them up. Vampire Killian, Castlevania, Vanquish Vlad, and Whipped Kip. Those are really cool. He had lots of boxes of all of his stuff just kind of out on the table, so went through and grabbed some of my favorites. I love Street Fighter. It's probably my favorite character, Akuma. So I had him sign those up for me. Glad to put those in the collection. I started collecting a little bit after the Nintendo set came out, and now people are asking a mint for them. So it's just nice to pick up a couple here and there. Maybe one day I'll finish off a set. Next one is really, really cool. I went back and forth about picking this up. It was not inexpensive, but in the end, I just knew I had to have it. So Mark did a special run of cards that Robert Englund signed for these. If you're not in the know, Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger. And this is my favorite of the cards he did for this, the Prime Tim.
This is it, Jennifer. Your big break in TV. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
I love Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It's probably my favorite one of the series. So this was kind of a must-have. And these are all pretty on the back. And foils, and the foil stamp. And Mark signed it on the back. So he only did 25 of each of these cards. And he's done a bunch of the different celebrity autographs, but like I said, this one wasn't cheap, but it was well worth it, because I know that Robert commands way more of a premium than Kane or any other guys he's had do these. So this is I also have a nice giant jumbo size print of this that Mark did as a limited run and signed, that a friend got me at the Philly show, so this will join with that quite nicely. And I don't know how many of you guys saw some of the stuff I did at the show, but David Acevedo drew this for me. Nancy kind of facilitated it, and I couldn't bring myself to stick it on my shirt because it's such a nice piece of art that I just put it in a little lanyard and wore this as my name tag at the show. So it's also part of the Freddy collection, the permanent. And then last but not least, I haven't even opened this, so I guess I said we weren't going to rip anything, but we are going to kind of rip something. This is a sampler backpack Mark did. These went super duper fast. I got lucky to get one before they went away. But he's got 2 cards from the Horrible Kids Series 8, 2 from the second series of Slap Culture, and 2 from the second series of Trash Farmers. And I was an immediate fan of the Hellraiser card he did for this. So, it'll be my first time opening this. Share it with you guys. I love me some Pinhead and Hellraiser, and I think Mark did the most gory card to date for Hellraiser, and I had to have it. Go. I'll say Gross Card Con 2022. So here's Shockwave. A Shockwave takeoff. Oops, stuck together a little. Oh, there. Give you a little where it's from and when it's coming out. RC Cola. I thought this was a great take on Slosh Josh and RC from Transformers. Really cool card. Friday the 13th, also number 3 is probably my favorite of the series. It's where he gets the hockey mask and keeps it for good. And also, I don't know, something about those third movies, they get me. And here's the card I was really glad to be able to add to my collection. Lamenting Larry, showing that first well, maybe not first, but very early scene where he gets a hold of the cube and, starts trying to Rubik's Cube it, and gets a little bit of a surprise when all the hooks come out and rip him apart. So this is like one of my favorite of Mark's arts of all time. It's so great. I got a Noah Country for Old Men. And last but last, Jared Leto. Funny take on Jared Leto. I thought it was a really cool design that they did, but this was such an awful movie, and it just didn't really work. But I thought it was cool how they took a chance with doing a little different riff on what Joker is. He's been done about a million different ways. I thought that was a cool one. Okay, so there's that set. Super glad to add that to my collection. These will probably get top loaders and go in the display case when I figure out how to fit everything in there. It's not easy fitting all that stuff in there, so I'll stick that aside. Next is going to be the exclusive cards for the con that they did. These were not door prize giveaways, so you had to find a way to finagle them. The easiest way was to buy one of these little packs, and this has a set of all the promo cards that the artist did for these. It's pretty cool. And then you got the Rory McQueen art, the official Topps cards for that. And then they did one, oops, got a little either hair or scratch or something on it. There we go. Sam Kablam, commemorating Sam Gross doing the Atom Bomb costume. I'll probably try to edit in some pics of that for you guys. It's amazing to see in person. The fact he takes that thing around and dresses up. I still feel bad that I've never met Sam in person. I've just seen him inside of a costume. Nobody treated him poorly like a mascot like in several 80s and 90s movies, so that's good. But yeah, those were like a must-have. The official Topps cards for the release. And then these guys here, I have opened this one, but I sealed it back up. And the reason I opened it is because they had a promotion where you could possibly win redemption cards for sketches, but you had to do it at the show. So I wanted to make sure that if I had one, I found it. So that way I didn't just have a blank sketch card that would never be sketched on. And lo and behold, I got very lucky. And in my pack showed me this right here. And each artist did one sketch. I honestly have not seen any other ones. I hadn't heard of anyone actually redeeming one, but Rory was such a cool guy. It was so cool that he flew in from England. Had the Get a Grip guys there as well. They had a huge table with all kinds of merch on there. It was really neat. But let me unveil the sketch he did. Can you guess what it might be? There we go. He did a Slasher Asher for me. I was quite pleased. It was kind of a funny story. He wanted to give this a little more oomph than just the inks and pencils he had, so he went over to Mark and borrowed all of his gray alcohol markers to be able to do this. And I'm so amazed that he did and thankful because it turned out freaking awesome, and glad to add more to the Freddy Hall. Okay. It was an absolute pleasure to meet the gentleman who put the next set together. This is the Vidiot set. As you can see, that was a $15 investment. They did a little 8-card set with a video game theme. And Eddie has done some sketch work for me before, and it was so awesome to meet all these guys. Eddie's the nicest dude you'll ever meet, and he's a badass artist, and we hope that Topps gets him on board soon because he deserves it. He does some amazing stuff. So many different styles. He does the patch cards, which are awesome because they look like sewn patches, and it was just so cool meeting these guys, getting to shake hands and say hey to everybody. I think soon on my horizon, I need to talk with Jeff about doing a commission for me because he does some neat stuff too. So this is unopened, and there were a chance of a sketch in these. So I'm going to open this. Also going to show you these dudes. These came from Jeff and Eddie when I bought some stuff from them, so I thought that was pretty cool. So a little promo they did for the show. Real quick before I open this, I'm going to kind of show off the last thing I did. And I've been working on, well, let's give it a little backstory first. I've been working on this rainbow for quite some time. And it all started out because I found someone who pulled a plate for it. And at the time, I did not have any plates and thought, wow, that'd be a cool one. Love the character, love the show. Grew up with it. It was our, we watched so much of this in college, it's not even funny. Had videotapes full of them, so if it wasn't on TBS, we could rewatch our favorites.
And here's a beautiful creature now.
But so I got the plate. Then I was like, well, I better, that's the hard one. I was like, I better shore up the auto because these 1 of 25 autos are pretty tough. I'm still working on auto for the Nine Inch Nails Tech Trent card. Been looking well over a year and no luck on that situation. I've only seen one of them and it was part of a set, so the gentleman would not part with it. But did catch the auto, got the gold, kind of filled in all the easier to get colors. Then I couldn't find the dang red. Could not find it. Had one mailed to me, got lost, and then crazily in 1 week I found 2 of them. Also needed the yellow and picked that up, but then the yellow and the red were damaged when they were sent to me. But I did have another red and decided to heck with it. We're not going to worry about getting another yellow. Looks good enough in the frame, so not further ado, a little Saved by the Bell action. Oh, great. These frames can be persnickety, and I just noticed the cards are falling in them. Fun. Anyways, that's as far back as I can get it. Maybe I can do this. So this is my Zack Attacks rainbow. And I'll go through each one. There's the purple. Green wouldn't fit because this is such a cool rainbow. There's my yellow. There's the plate that started it all. It's the yellow plate for Zack Attacks. Mr. Joe Simcoe autograph. And then I asked the incredibly talented GPK Nick to do one for me, a sketch. I knew he would be the guy for this. His cartoony style just fits it really well. And I'm so happy with how it turned out. Man, he can really rip them out and make some great sketches, man. Here's the blue. And here's the red that just would not want to come. And the gold. Here's the back of all of it. 1 of 1, yellow. So that's one of my passion projects. I love making rainbows. Looks like I'm going to have to redo and rescrew this for about the 52nd time because these cards just like to slip down. But that's that. Let's get the camera kind of back in place and we'll open this Vidiots pack. There we go. I don't want to rip and tear the crap out of this thing, so we're going to use the handy dandy X-Acto knife. And cut it in this way. Yeah, it wasn't adult proof. Try to get it out without bunging them all up. Here's the checklist. And Kay Grimm, Barry Nigma, Eddie Rhodes III, and Jeff Cox all did 2 cards a piece of this set. Really neat set, so we'll go through it. We all love our video games. And do have puzzle backs. So the checklist makes up the 9th piece to the puzzle back. I see Darkstalkers on there, that's cool. It was a horror themed fighting game Capcom did. Bloodborne. Vault Boy Roy, good old Vault Tech stuff from Fallout.
When an item of value is found, keep it close and away from bullies.
My son's a big Fallout fan. Might have to give him this one. Or buy another set so he can have it. Double Draken. There's a Double Dragon riff. It was a fun game, man. Pumped many a quarters into beating that thing. It's all about using the elbow. Elbow, elbow, elbow. Flying kick every once in a while, because you know how games were back then. If you abused a move, it would depower it for a bit. So then you had to use a flying kick. But that elbow was money. So cool pulling up, get the knives. Stabby, baseball bat. Dragonborn, or Bjorn, as it were. Girthworm Gem. This is my boy Eddie right here did this. Awesome game. A lot of nostalgia for Earthworm Jim. Finished him. Mortal Kombat. We got Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Scorpion's iconic chain with a spear on the end for get over here. And then Sub-Zero's famous fatality for yanking the spine. Here's Joust Ed. We used to play Joust when we would do our laundry at the laundromat when I was in college. They had an old cabinet there and did something to... This is way before the time of cell phones to keep you busy, so we'd pump quarters into this to wait out the laundry. And last but not least, Froggarth, a Frogger themed one. I'm sure many of y'all played a lot of Frogger growing up. Maybe not the younger folks out there, but us old timers definitely played some Frogger. Kind of reminds me of the episode of Seinfeld where Jason Alexander, Mr. George Costanza, was playing Frogger and wanted to save his high score and play a little real life Frogger in New York.
Looks like a frog.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. And they did like a Stink Fighter, Crapcom. These are cool. So no sketching that one, but it's cool. I'm glad to support my fellas. It was so cool to meet all those guys. Eddie Rhodes, nicest dude ever. I say that, but so many nice people doing this. Shout out goes to the GPK boys, Ryan and Nick. So awesome of them to get me on their show. Meeting Smoking Joe. I mean, so humble for, you know, he's like a superstar in this business. He does the card art, not just sketches. So cool to meet Chad and Jason and especially Mark. Rory was such a good dude doing that sketch for me and putting his heart and soul into it. I can't say enough. It was awesome finally meeting Nancy and Chris in person. You guys are my number one fans, so shout out to you guys. It was so cool meeting Caleb and Amber and Edge and Scott Calvert and Luis, and I could go on, and I'm going to forget people, and you know, sorry for doing that. Just met so many people, and it was so cool to be able to, you know, put faces with names, shake hands, hugs, all that fun stuff. It was like having family there in Vegas. I highly suggest if you get a chance to go to one of these cons, do it. You're going to meet so many cool people. You're going to get to, you know, really finally meet people that you've been talking to online for years. Once again, sorry Sam, didn't get to meet you in person. One of these days you will not be in the costume and we'll be around each other. So thanks for taking time watching. It was a great trip. It was very fun. Thanks for hanging out and watching all the new stuff I've been picking up and adding to the collection. I'll just continue to collect on, and next video probably some pack rips. See if we can find something fun. Go back to the tried and true. But thank you guys for watching, spending a little time with me, wasting a little time with me, and see you guys later. Bye.